My name's Peter Barch. I've been in Calgary for 5 months now. I came from Vancouver. I I'm originally from Ontario. I moved to Vancouver about 10 years ago for work, and things went bad. I broke my back, and so I was on disability. And my dad passed away right after Christmas. I was trying to go home for his funeral, and I couldn't get on a plane because I didn't. Someone stole my wallet. My when After I lost my job, uh, things went downhill. You know, ended up in a shelter. Everything got stolen, and so I couldn't get on a plane or a bus. And a friend of mine read my post. I had a little story on Facebook, and he said that he'd give me a ride to Ontario, right? And so we're driving. We get into Alberta. We got pulled over about 4 hours into Alberta, and it turned out that the truck that he had was stolen, and he was wanted for some other crimes too. And he told me to say that I was a hitchhiker, and they'd probably let me go, which they did, but they didn't let me grab my luggage. They didn't let me grab nothing. The cops were pretty rude. I was left in the mountains with pajama bottoms and a wife beater.
Did you have a cell phone?
No, I was left in. It was in the truck. They wouldn't let me get in the truck because it was stolen. They didn't want to help anyone else that had anything to do with the stolen vehicle. That not that I did. I was just getting a ride.
So you're trying to go back to Ontario. Do you have family out there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all most of my family's out there. Like like I said, my dad passed away, and that's why I was going there. And been stuck here ever since. I was sleeping on the side of the highway, and some people thought I got hit by a vehicle, and they stopped and checked on me. They let me stay in their guest house for the night, and then sent me on my way in the morning. I got picked up pretty quickly hitchhiking, and the guy dropped me off downtown Calgary, which was a horrible decision because that very night, the rest of the stuff that I did have got stolen because I didn't know where to go, what to do. I accumulated a bit of clothes. The guy that picked me up, he had a few extra things. So a jacket, work boots, a couple pairs of pants, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and the tent. He gave me a tent. Everything that I do get, if I do accumulate stuff, I either have to sell it or give it away because I'd rather have someone that needs it instead of someone stealing it and just selling it for drugs or. So
So is that how you feed yourself out here? Just take donations and free stuff and sell it?
yeah, yeah.
I
New
feel you.
bottles, collect bottles, and
What kind of work were you doing before?
a crane operator. Yeah, I was making good money, and going from 110,000 a year to collecting bottles is not very easy. Yeah, my family can't really help me out because they're struggling out there. They just dealt with the funeral. My mom's getting old. My brothers, they're drunks. And I got none in Calgary.
Some
No,
in Vancouver?
no. My girlfriend, who also recently passed away, right around the same time as my dad. Um, she was she's native. And she didn't want to bring me home for Christmas because her family was her parents went through the boarding schools, the native, so they still had a little bitterness towards the white people. So she had some other guy over, and he didn't get none from her. I think he was expecting to get laid or something, and didn't get nothing. And she found fentanyl in her system, and she didn't do fentanyl. She drank a bit. It's been rough here. Yeah, and every time I get enough money to get a bus ticket or uh, pay someone to drive me, something always happens. people find out that I have a bit of money, they steal it. They, it's like uh, it's like they're out just to. I don't know how they know that like, you got money or whatever. They just it's like an evil city almost, like especially if you're in a shelter. Like I got frostbite 3 times this winter. I've never had it before because I'd rather be out here than to go to the shelters. I had my shoes stolen off me from my feet. They're on my. I was wearing them, and somebody came along and took them off my feet while I was asleep. And so I've been stuck here ever since, and I just really want to go home. I want to see my mom. She needs me. She's getting old, 78.
Yeah, and your brothers too.
Yeah,
See them?
yeah. I haven't seen them in 10 years.
What about work? Are you able to go back to work?
Yeah, I can do some work. It's just the thing is that I'm not really that reliable because I never know when I'm going to be in pain because of my back. I got pinched sciatic nerves, and I don't have much feeling in my leg, so I trip on stairs and stuff like that more than I'd like to admit. But
How'd you hurt yourself?
I fell off a cell phone tower and I swung into the base of it.
Oh shit.
So I need to go to Ontario, see my family, and then get back to Vancouver. That was a year and a half ago. So
You went to the doctors, you got your scans,
yeah,
or
got a surgery score.
oh yeah, that's there.
Yeah, and I'm lucky. That's all it was. They wanted to fuse my back, but I refused that because I know a couple of people that have had that, and it's like having a plate in your back, and it's just more pain than
So you're in pain every day.
all the time.
How do you manage it?
Alcohol sometimes, and stretching helps a lot. Smoke weed. Weed helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like I'll always be in pain anyways. So like I just do the best I can to manage it, and you know,
You have
when
any history of mental illness?
yeah, depression. Yeah, yeah, neglected as a child and stuff, and you know,
Any kind of childhood trauma or anything like that?
yeah. Witnessed a murder when I was like 5, and then my dad tried to kill my mom when I was 7 when we first moved to Canada. Yeah, and my mom being traumatized by my dad never liked. She couldn't stand us because we sound and look like the man that beat her, and
Tried to kill her.
yeah. So yeah, it was a
She
wasn't
stayed with them?
no. They tried to work things out a couple times, but never did until right before he died. My dad was a bad alcoholic. My mom was an angel. She just never did drugs, never drank. I seen her have a beer once in my life.
Really? She was a good influence?
Yeah, in most ways, but never had any real good advice or never gave me any good direction.
What was
It's
school
hard
like?
for a woman to be a mom and a dad, right? So,
What was school like? Did you finish school?
no, good time.
How come you left?
I had to provide for myself. So if I needed something, I had to get it myself. And
When did you move out of your parents' house?
when I was 16, almost 17.
This your first time ever being homeless?
Yeah,
Just in the last 8 months?
yeah.
See a lot of fucked up shit out here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You were telling me you got jumped just right here yesterday.
Just last night. That's why I don't know if you can see it, but.
Don't mind.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. They almost ran me over with their truck.
They were looking for somebody else?
Yeah. All they said was, "Where's the guy in the camel?" And I could barely answer him, and I got hit in the face, pushed over, and stomped on him.
And then they left.
Yeah.
Is this a guy that you knew that they were looking for?
No.
Never seen these guys before.
No. They look like normal people. Like they were driving a brand new SUV and jumped out and where's the guy in the camo? I was like still kind of shook by almost getting hit, and I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Wow! Hits me. The other guy came, pushed me over, started stomping on me. Yeah.
You see a lot of violence out here?
Oh yeah, a lot of murders, a lot of overdose, drugs.
And people mostly get away with it?
Yep.
And the cops even care to get involved?
Consider it an overdose. You could shoot someone in the head and they'd call it an overdose if he was a drug addict. It's fucked up.
What would you do if you're able to secure some funding?
I'd go home. I'd go to Ontario to my mom's. She needs help out there. She, go stay with her. I need her support. She needs my support.
How old are you now?
37.
Well, if you could say something that everybody in the world would hear, what would it be?
Stay in school. Don't come to Calgary.
Don't go to Calgary? You don't like Calgary?
No. This is a rough city. I lived in Vancouver for 10 years. Seen all kinds of crazy shit. I was never once afraid for my life. I've been here for 5 months, 6 months, and I've been terrified. I thought I was going to be murdered a couple times over something that I had nothing to do with, just because I was in the wrong place, the wrong time. And if you do come here, make sure you have money and good credit so you won't have to. Otherwise, you start off in a shelter where you're going to get screwed over, and you'll work your way into a housing program, and eventually you can get a normal life.
So you think our treatments, our shelter program isn't that great in Calgary?
Shit.
How'd you do it differently if you were calling the shots?
Well, I'd actually help people, like treat people with respect, and like the housing program wouldn't take so long because it's not a shortage of housing. It's a shortage of people caring to put people in houses, because the DI, all they care about is filling the mats, filling the beds. Because every time they have a name on their sheets, they get paid for it, and that's all it is. It's a money thing. It's a money grab, cash cow. I don't know. I'd have a better system because all they have is a dorm. Everybody in one spot, and you don't get to put your stuff away. You don't get a locker, nothing. You get a mat, and you keep your stuff with you on your mat. You have to like sleep on it, or you're gonna lose it. Right?
Gentlemen?
Calgary's finest.
Yeah. Step lock that garage door.
Sorry?
Step lock that garage door.
The garbage?
Garage.
The carriage?
Garage door.
Oh, we
Car
can.
park.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
oh, we're not supposed to be in
We
here.
don't want you guys loitering in front of the door.
Oh, okay.
Once it opens, a lot of times people piggyback inside, right? And
Oh,
start
okay.
meeting
Yeah.
and
All right, cool, lads.
Okay.
Good. You have a good day, okay?
Okay. Yep.
Thanks.
Nice.
Thank God for them.
Yeah, right. Calgary police are some of the worst violent people, especially towards the natives. They're the most racist bastards around. They're not. I've seen them throw people off. Even old people throw them off the train just because they fell asleep or they didn't have anywhere to go, and they literally throw them off the train and out in the middle of nowhere. Like,
Where are they supposed to go?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was just this winter during the cold snaps and everything. It was,
Where were you during that cold snap where it got down to like minus 50 here?
that's like the only time that oh yeah, apparently 400 people died of homelessness in Calgary alone. Homelessness doesn't have death as a side effect. How do you die from homelessness? It's they freeze to death, or they starved,
or like you saw violence chalked up as an overdose.
Yeah. So,
how's the work situation back home? Is there a good
Uh,
market for crane operators?
oh yeah, big time. And what I really want to do is I want to go work with my nephew. He's got a big farm. He just got married and got a farm. So he wants to raise some Black Angus and get out of the city.
You just want to wrestle.
Cool, man. Here,
All
I'll
right.
grab this.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, man.